There's a 1975 Supreme Court case that was supposed to stop cops from throwing you in jail and forgetting about you. But somehow, 400,000 legally innocent people are sitting in jail right now. In Florida, in 1971, Robert Pugh gets arrested and they wanted to give him life in prison without bail. Jerome Henderson gets arrested too, but his bail is set at $4,500. Might as well be $4 million for a guy who can't afford it. And here's the crazy part. In Florida, prosecutors could just write up something called an information, basically a formal accusation, and boom, you're in jail. No grand jury, no judge checking if there's actual evidence against you, just a prosecutor saying, trust me, this guy's guilty. Pugh and Henderson sit in jail for weeks, months. Their arraignments kept getting delayed, 30+ days, because the system was backed up. And the whole time, not a single judge had looked at their cases to say, hey, wait a minute, do we even have probable cause to be holding these people? So they sued. They said, this is insane. You can't just throw people in jail and forget about them. The Supreme Court agreed. They said, the Fourth Amendment requires a judge, not a prosecutor, to determine if there's probable cause to hold someone in jail. And it has to happen promptly, not weeks later. This sounds like common sense, right? If you're going to lock someone up, a neutral judge should at least look at the evidence first. But here's where this gets absolutely heartbreaking. That was 1975, nearly 50 years ago, and somehow we now have over 400,000 people sitting in jail pre-trial. That's people who are legally innocent, just waiting for their day in court. You know what the average yearly income is for someone who can't afford bail? $16,000. These aren't wealthy criminals plotting their escape. These are working class people who got caught up in a system and can't buy their way out of it. And it gets worse. Research shows that people held pre-trial are more likely to be convicted and get longer sentences. So being poor literally makes you more likely to be found guilty. It's punishment before trial. A guy named Manuel got arrested for possession. The drugs tested negative, not illegal substances, but the cops lied in their report and said they were ecstasy. Manuel sat in jail for months while they figured it out. The lab tested the pills 3 times, and 3 times they came back negative. But he stayed locked up because he couldn't afford the bail. Illinois just became the first state to completely abolish cash bail because their system is so broken. They realized that your freedom shouldn't depend on your bank account balance. The Gerstein case was supposed to protect us from exactly this nightmare. Instead, we've created a system where 500,000 people are locked up before they've even been tried. The Fourth Amendment says you can't be held without probable cause, but apparently it doesn't protect you from being too poor to prove your innocence. They call it the justice system. There's nothing just about a system where your freedom depends on your ability to pay.